Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now I thought today I'd do something just a little bit different, and that is a reaction video. I'm going to react to one of my videos that I did this time last year. It's one I posted in January. If I can remember rightly, I know it was only a year ago, but my memory is so bad. I think it was sort of a summary of 2023 and how I would like 2024 to go. And I thought, I know it's not the end of the year just yet, but we are coming to the end of the year. So let's reflect on this video, let's have a watch of it together, and we'll see if I've actually accomplished anything that I set out to do, and if this year has been any different, and let's just look back at old Joel. So the video thumbnail looks like this, and the video is titled, "Last year was hard, this year is going to be great." Is it? We will see. But before I get started, if you're watching this, you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. It's free to do. Just click subscribe, and then my videos will show up in your subscription box, which means that you'll never miss a video. But anyway, without further ado, let's throw it back to younger Joel. Let's just reflect briefly on 2023. I'm really glad that that year is over. I've said this on mine and Keegan's podcast, the episode that just came out yesterday as I'm filming this. So go and watch it if you haven't. Wow, so the first thing is, the podcast, we were still filming in the professional studio in Leeds. We were paying every time to go hundreds of pounds to hire this studio. Now, we obviously, if you watch the podcast, we film here. We've got our own equipment. We do it in our house. So that's a big change. That has taken away a lot of stress. It's added in extra stress in some ways because we are responsible for making sure everything is filmed correctly and recorded correctly. And sometimes we make mistakes, like cameras being out of focus, cameras not recording. One time, we recorded the podcast but did not record the audio through the microphones. So it comes with downsides, but it's nice not to be spending all that money on creating these podcast episodes and have to trek all the way into Leeds and then all the way back. I mean, it's not that far, but still. I was basically saying that 2023, I put all this pressure on 2023 to be the best year of my life. It was the year, on January 14th, will be the year anniversary of me moving up north and moving in with Keegan. I was obviously really excited for that change, but also really, really nervous and really sad. I was really sad, as you saw from the moving video, of me bawling my eyes out, having to leave London and leaving Lucy behind, but also really excited to start a new chapter of my life up north with Keegan. But regardless of those emotions aside, I put loads of pressure on it to be like the best year ever. Like, it's a new start, a fresh start, new things to do. I was so excited. It just turned out it wasn't that. It wasn't that exciting. Like, it was in some ways, obviously, but on the whole, uprooting your life and plonking it somewhere else, despite wanting to, despite moving for love, it was really disorientating, and it took me, I'd say, a good 9 months. That has been a really big difference between last year and this year. As I said, 2023 was a bit miserable for me because I was getting used to a new life and living with a partner, living up north, being away from friends and family, and just trying to settle. It just felt like, I don't know how to really explain it, but it just felt like really messy. And now this year has been a bit more ordered, a bit more settled. Obviously, I feel very comfortable up here now. I've gotten into a nice rhythm of seeing friends and family, and this does feel more like home. So, whereas last year felt like a roller coaster, this year has felt like coasting in a nice way, like coasting upwards. I think I pressed pause on a lot of things in 2023 because my main focus was just to get used to this new surroundings, get into a new routine and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to hit the ground running. 2023 was a year of adjustment and sort of re-establishing myself. 2024 hopefully can be a year of growth. Well, I think that's happened. Like, this year has felt like all go, go, go. I do feel like, yeah, my job has changed slightly where, like, now a bit more of my focus is on Instagram and TikTok, which I know you guys aren't necessarily thrilled about because you're like my YouTube solid OGs. But I mean, it's not going to change what I do on YouTube. I'm still going to put just as much effort into it, but it just means I have to keep up with the short form trending type stuff, which actually I really enjoy, even though it's added in another element. It's a new challenge, and you know, I've been doing YouTube for so long now. It comes like, it's like second nature. Filming, editing, it's still like work, but it's very easy for me. So it's nice to have that new challenge. So this next one is all about money. A year ago, Keegan and I made some goals, joint and separate. And I went through them the other day and I actually didn't tick off a lot of them. And I won't share lots of them because lots of them were like financial goals, lots of them were YouTube goals and social media goals. And I did hit a lot of them. Like, for example, my goal was to hit 100,000 followers on Instagram. I'm now on 230. 130? Babe, you're nearly on 290 as I film this. So that's 60,000 more followers on Instagram. That's mad. Like I smashed that goal. Another goal was to hit 100k on YouTube. Didn't happen. Still not happened. Hopefully one day. Hopefully this year. And things like that. Still not happened. Still waiting for it to happen. But to be fair, I spent the 6 months at the start of this year, I kind of lost it with YouTube. I was like, I'm not enjoying it. I'm feeling very overexposed. I don't want anyone to know anything about my life. I went through, deleted loads of old videos. I reduced what I was doing. I think I started doing like 1 video a week. So my focus hasn't really been on YouTube whilst I've kept it ticking over. Even though I wanted to hit 100,000 subscribers, what have I actually done to try and hit that? Nothing really, because my attention has been elsewhere. So even though part of me goes, oh, another year of not hitting that, I'm like, well, you've not really tried. So one financial goal that I'm comfortable in sharing with you is I'd like to buy 1 investment property. That was on my list last year as well. Didn't happen. I've been saying that for the last 3 years, I think. It's still not happened, but I don't feel bad about it because what that Joel didn't know is what government would get in and what the government are doing to landlords. So it's just not profitable to do a buy-to-let anymore. And it's getting less and less so. So yeah, I didn't achieve that goal, but I don't really mind. I wonder if I'll watch this back in 2025 and go, you didn't do it. But no, I'm going to do it. Now I have savings goals, which I won't share figures with you, but I have personal savings that I want to grow. I have a joint saving goal that I want to do with Keegan. And I also have a set amount of money that I want to invest into the stock market because I've been doing that since 2019. It's something that I just want to keep doing. So I have a goal. You know what? Maybe I wrote these down. I'm going to go find this book because I can't remember what these goals are. Right, I have it. The all-important big black book, not a little black book. So out of my financial goals, I'm not going to go into figures and stuff, but I have more than smashed my personal goal of saving an amount of money, which is great. I've done it an extra 50%, so I've 150% completed that goal, but I have not completed our joint savings goal. I think we're a few months off of that. Even though I am filming this in November, so there's still time. And I haven't hit my business account savings goal either, like money that I hold in my business. But that's okay. That doesn't matter. I'm still owed. I've still got a few invoices out there still unpaid. So I'll make headway with that. But yeah, I haven't hit that just yet. So let's move on to fitness goals. In terms of fitness goals, I have gained a lot of weight, guys, since summer. I think my lowest I got to this year was 78 kilos, and I was a couple of days ago, 90 kilos. So, wow. I mean, I can tell. I mean, there's not a huge difference, but when I first switched this video on, I was like, oh, I'm a little bit chubbier. But that makes sense if I'm saying I was 90 kilos. Weighed myself this morning, I was 85 kilos, so that's what? That's 5 kilos difference, so let's times that by 2.2, 11 pounds. So I'm 11 pounds lighter right now than I was then, so that makes sense. I think some of that is muscle mass. I have been working really hard at the gym. Yeah, so I still agree with that. I've definitely gained muscle this year. I haven't got down to my goal. My weight sort of hasn't really dropped over the year until the last month, I'd say, when I signed up with a coach and I was like, enough's enough, let me get a coach. I'm on the way. It's fine. I want to get my eyes relasered, guys. I have not done that. That is still on my to-do list. I'm waiting for them to get bad enough so that they will redo them for free. There's a little guarantee with them. That is exactly what I'm still waiting for. My eyes definitely have gotten a little bit worse since recording this, so I'm waiting for it. I mean, I could pay to get my eyes lasered now if I want, but as I said just there's a guarantee on the lasering that I had that if they get X amount worse, within 10 years, they'll redo it for free. So I don't want to spend money willy-nilly. So I'm just waiting until they get that little bit worse, but I think we're almost there now. Reading goals. Oh my gosh. I'll be intrigued to see what my goals were. Another goal is to read 12 fiction and 12 non-fiction. Okay. So I've more than smashed my fiction goal. I think I'm on book 18 at the moment. So that's good. My goal was 12 and I'm on 18. I'll probably get 19 read by the end of the year, maybe 20 at a push. So I've smashed that goal. 12 self-help books. I think I've read 3. So that is something, that is a balance I'd like to readdress or redress. Is it redress or readdress? Anyway, I'd like to do that, readdress it, redress it. However, I don't want to read just as much self-help as fiction. I don't know what old Joel was thinking. Probably now that I've read so much, I'm like, reading fiction is actually way more helpful for my mental health than reading non-fiction. I've always been such a non-fiction reader, a big fan of self-help books, like consumed by them, like self-betterment. Yeah, let's get, better in all these aspects. And I still think that that's important to do, but not more than fiction. Like, it's been so much more helpful for my mental health to just have a break away from reality, to dive into a fantasy world. Like, I tell you what, my anxiety has gotten so much lower and so much more manageable since I've started reading, especially fantasy novels. And I don't know why, but I've read online that this is like a genuine thing. It seems to work for a lot of people that struggle with anxiety, that having a fantasy world to sort of escape to is actually so helpful. So yeah, I don't want to read the same amount. I always want to read more fiction, and it's good. I want to feed my imagination. I'm a creative person, so I always want to be feeding that imagination and replenishing my creativity. But yeah, so I haven't hit that goal for self-help, but I'm okay about that. This one is about upgrading and decluttering my clothes. Let's see what old Joel has to say. I want to sort of declutter my life. So I have already started clearing out some clothes and just things and selling them online, which has been really good. I've gotten rid of a ton of books, mainly from my childhood home. So when I was at home just before Christmas, I decided to sort out my bedroom, my childhood bedroom. So I sorted out loads of books. I sold a load online and kept a load as well. But basically I've tidied that whole room, gotten rid of all the old clothes, brought some stuff up that I want to keep up here. So I need to find a place to store them. Like little mementos and things like that. And so my bedroom is now free for mum and dad it's kind of clear now. So they're going to redecorate, new carpets. My bed from London, I'm going to be shipping to my parents' house so they can replace the bed, have a new bed in there. So it's going to be really nice. I think it's quite sad because we were like sorting out I think it was more sad for my mum, to be honest, than me. She was like, oh, I'm really glad it's getting sorted, but I also feel really sad because it's like your childhood is like fully over. But in reality, my childhood has been over for like 20 years. Not that long, Joel. 15 years. I don't know. So yeah, I've been selling lots of things. I want to make it my mission this year I think I told you guys about this. I wanted to do it last year and then I needed to go back into money saving mode. But I want to buy one nice item of clothing every month so that by the end of the year I have 12, t-shirts or jumpers or, jeans. I would just go for cheap and cheerful. So I have a few things to say about that. Firstly, jeans, cheap and cheerful. I've just decided to invest in some good quality jeans. And I've placed an order. They're arriving, I think, this weekend. So that's new, Joel. I've decided it's time to segue away from skinny jeans, which I don't like saying because I feel like there's loads of you out there, judgy people, you who've been saying to me for ages, stop wearing skinny jeans. Now, I will say skinny jeans have been more popular in the UK than they have in America, is what I seem to, because I've always been criticised by Americans for wearing skinny jeans, and I'm like, I'm not going to take criticism from a middle-aged American when I'm a young Brit. Like, young British fashion has been very skinny jean heavy. It's been a thing my entire online career, so I kind of hate that I've caved to the pressure now, but it is now a thing where skinny jeans aren't that popular anymore. Put it this way, I'm never going for a baggy straight cut jean. This is not for me. But I think going from skinny to slim is going to be nice, where they're not really tight around my calves. I mean, I quite like them still tight around my thighs because I work hard on my thighs at the gym and I think muscular thighs look nice, so I want to show them off. But I don't want them tight around my calves. And apart from anything, guys, my lower back can't take it when I'm trying to peel the jeans off of a night time. It's a nightmare. So yeah, I've ordered some jeans, but it's going to take me a while to find the right jean for me, I think, because I hate jean shopping. It's the worst. Isn't it the worst? Anyway, I have not bought one item of clothing a month, but I have got a couple of extra nicer, items this year. So it's nice. I'm still working on, switching out my mainly cheaper t-shirts for nicer quality t-shirts. But I want to get my use out of them, and gently do it. I'm not just going to do a massive overhaul. But yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm still like decluttering. As you know, we've decluttered all of this and sold a lot of stuff and given a lot to charity. The same with my clothes upstairs. It was really nice to basically get rid of and sort out everything from my childhood bedroom. I didn't know that until I'd done it. And it was like, oh, all this time, I think subconsciously, I've been like feeling split between essentially 3 homes. My London home, which there are still items there in the loft, and furniture, which we own, which the tenants are currently using. So I've still got some of my items in London. Most of my stuff is here in Yorkshire, but I also have my stuff at home in Hampshire. So it feels like mentally I'm split between these 3 locations. So whilst I do have a couple of items still at my mum and dad's, most of my stuff has been sorted, cleared out, sold, taken to charity, whatever. And now I feel like a tie is cut, but not in a savage way. Because obviously I never want my ties to be cut to home and to my parents and my brothers. But it's nice that I'm like, cool, that's like, I'm not split between these 3 locations. That's now 2 locations. And next year I'm going to go and get my stuff from London. So that'll be another snip. And I'm like, all my stuff is in one place here. And I think that will be a really nice feeling. And finally on here, it says social media / work goals. And in terms of work life, I do have like some milestones on social media that I'd like to hit, like follow accounts. But in reality, it doesn't really mean much. Like, it's a really nice milestone to get to a nice round number. But actually, firstly, it's very out of your control. So what I'm trying to do is set goals that aren't like 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, but that are post 100 videos minimum on YouTube throughout the year, or commit to 2 videos a week every single week. So let's go back to the black book and see. Well, you know what? I didn't actually write down the video goals. But I think I'm really pleased with that. On Instagram, I sort of, for most of this year, I've posted at least 5 times a week. And in recent months, I've been posting 7 times a week. TikTok has been on and off. Like, I've got a love-hate relationship with that platform. But I've posted quite a lot and grown quite a lot on there. YouTube, I definitely did not hit my goal with posting whatever that goal is, because I think as a bare minimum, old Joel would have gone at least 2 videos a week, and for a large portion of this year, as I said, I only posted 1 per week. But that's okay, because I've also been focusing on other things. Like, I had in here this year, I wanted to write my pilot episode for my sitcom, which I have, and I feel so accomplished and so proud of that. The course I did in comedy writing, completed that. Books and other things that I've used to learn about writing and how to structure things properly. Writing the pilot episode, I've sent it out for feedback from people, and it's still, I don't really talk about it anymore, because now it's at the time where it's like, oh, it's kind of out of my control. There's not much to update you on, because things take a long, long time to commission. But I had some really good news the other day, and yeah, just some really positive feedback that's very, very exciting. And I'm just so proud of myself this year for delving into the writing world. It was my goal this year to start writing, and I've done it. I've smashed it. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. And that is what I need to remember. Yes, I've posted less on YouTube, but that is time and money that I've invested into writing, which has been fun. I've really enjoyed it. And hopefully there'll be some updates for you next year with that. I don't know, there's been no massive changes. I just feel so proud of myself this year for everything that I have achieved on and off camera. And I feel a lot happier this year than last year, which is really good. Obviously, there are other things that happen off camera that aren't so great that we're currently going through right now, which is, yeah, a bit rubbish, but I'm not letting that get me down. Do you know what I mean? It's not all positive is what I want to say, because I don't want anyone to, I think social media can be a real good sort of lie and highlight reel for creators. And I don't want any of you who've had a bit of a rubbish year to watch this and go, well, good for you. Like, you've had like only good things happen. No. There's, especially recently, it's not been that at all. I've spent plenty of time when I'm not filming in floods of tears. So, but in general, on the whole, it's been a better year than last year, and I'm very, very excited for next year. and everything that holds. Maybe I will do in January a sort of goal setting year, so a goal setting video that I can post like this time. I think it's quite nice as a diary entry, a reflection on my goals and where my mind's at, and it's nice to have a look back. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that. Let me know if you have any goals for 2025, because I might poach them and steal them for myself. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.